All right, everyone, just give me a moment. Computer is working slow. There we are. All right, everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome to the 187th District Court. It's Tuesday. Let's not turn it into a Monday. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You are in a courtroom. So if you're at your house, if you're at your office, you cannot do anything that you could not do. If you could not do it in the 187th District Court, you can't do it on this screen. So everyone who decided that they're still going to work and do construction work, do not do construction work or any type of work on this screen, because otherwise what's going to end up happening is you're going to be required to come to the 187th District Court today. To all of the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back. To everyone, inmates and those who are accused and defense attorneys, you're not allowed to use this Zoom as an opportunity to pick up dates. You say, why am I saying this? Because it has been done. So if you want to pick up a date, you need to do that on your own time. I'm going to open up breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a room. To all attorneys, if you have an agreement, no matter how small that agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to our court coordinator. She's listed on the screen as Ferguson coordinator. Please do not chat her, email her, text her, or call her asking for a reset or a continuance. I'm the only person who can give that to you. As you can see, there are more defense attorneys on screen than prosecutors. Prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. When you're sent to a breakout room, think of that room like you go to a doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office, they send you back to a room. You are not seeing the doctor. They're checking you for your weight or your blood pressure. If you leave that room, when prosecutors come to that room, they will see that that room is empty and they will skip over. So everyone, please put some patience in your pocket. To all of those who are accused or defendants, I'm going to call your attorney's name. I will not call your name. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you see that you're low on the list and if you'd like to Zoom to another court, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another court. However, if you Zoom to another court and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. Mark Darling, John Young, Linda Corley, Joseph Appelt, Warren Wolf, Jeff Mulliner, Jonathan Watkins, Arlene Gay, Rosabelle Sosa, Julie Pollock, H. Dave Sanchez, Doug Campbell, Greg Demarier. And is there any defense attorney's name that I have missed?
I believe you missed my name, Judge
Jose Rocha?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Greg, I always mess up with your name because forever you let everyone call you Greg Damaris. Now it's Greg Demarier. So, all righty. Attorneys, when I call your name, I need to know the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. Mark Darling. Mark Darling, I can't hear you.
This is probably another client at a different court.
Mark Darling, there's something wrong with your volume. John Young.
I am here, Catherine Blake, criminal trial. I doubt she's going to be on because I haven't been able to contact her, and pretrial services has asked me for her phone number.
Oh, wow. All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
Mark Darling, do you have your volume yet? Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry. His is criminal trial division. It is Angie Ford.
Angie Ford, thank you.
She's in jail, Judge.
All right, Mark Darling, I'm going to assign you number 2. Hopefully you can get your equipment working. Linda Corley.
Good morning, Judge. I have 2 today. I have Santiago Olivo and Gonzalo Casas, and I believe they're both CTD.
All right, and thank you. You always come in and you change the names for me. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Judge. You'll have to start handing out gold stars like Judge Moore does, Judge.
I'm going to have to do that. All right, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Joseph Appel.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I have Rolando Ramos. It's an MTR on a new case, CTD, criminal trial.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Warren Wolf.
Good morning, Judge. I have Justin Rodriguez, and that's a family violence case.
I'll send you to number 6. Jeff Mulliner.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mulliner.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Alejandra Silva.
Yes.
That is criminal trial.
All right, I'm gonna send you to number 7. Jonathan Watkins.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have hi, Judge. I got Richard Garza, and it's a trial division case. I've been conferring with Mr. Morris.
I'll send you to number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
Arlene Gay.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Autumn Glenn. It is a criminal trial division.
What's the last name again?
Glenn. Autumn Glenn.
I'll send you to number 9.
Thank you.
Rosabelle Sosa.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Francisco Lopez. It's a CTD case, and I've been dealing with Hunter.
All right, I'm sorry, what's the first name?
Francisco?
Okay. I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Julie Pollock.
Good morning, Judge. I've got an MTR, Jamal Coleman, and I'm not sure. The underlying offense is aggravated assault with deadly weapon.
All right, I'll send you to a breakout room. Let me just see. I'm going to send you to number 11.
Thank you.
You're welcome. H. Dave Sanchez.
Good morning, Judge. I have Richard Garrard, and it's a criminal trial division.
Could you repeat the last name for me again?
Garrard, Garrard.
I'll send you to number 12. Doug Campbell.
Morning, Judge. How are you this morning?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I've got Roland Signs with family violence.
All right, 13 is a lucky breakout room here.
Thank you.
Don't spoil it.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Greg Demarier.
Good morning, Judge. Edtrice Durant, Criminal Trial Division. It's a violation report.
Okay. I'll send you to 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Jose Rocha.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Mr. Truesdale. He is an inmate, and
What's
it's
the first name?
family violence, Your Honor.
What's the first name?
Terrell.
I'll send you to 15.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Eric DeWalt.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm down in Hondo right now. I have Amethyst Garcia. This is a status conference to see if she was accepted to the PTD program. I believe she was. I don't know if she's signed yet.
Okay, just give me one moment. Normie, could you check on Amethyst Garcia pretrial diversion update?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Tilden Schaefer.
Morning, Your Honor. I have Kevin Lawwill, and he is CTD. And I have worked out a plea agreement with Tom Nisbeth on this case.
Do you already have the paperwork?
I don't, Judge, but I had sent an email to Norma last week. My client's got a lot on his plate. I don't know if you'd be willing to do a shorter reset. He is his wife is due with their next child in a couple of weeks. They think it's coming early, and he's in the middle of moving the family household simultaneously. So,
All right, just give me a second. Joseph Stateson.
Good morning, Judge Boyd.
Good morning.
Jose Perez, Criminal Trial Division. I need to confer with the prosecutor.
I'll send you to number 17.
Thank you, Judge.
Dave McLean.
Good morning, Judge. I have Robert Hernandez with Criminal Trial Division. This is a update on a PTD application that I literally received yesterday. So what I wanted to do is maybe just get in with my client and fill that application out while I've got him here.
All right, just give me a moment. I will send you to breakout room number 18. And is your client listed on the Zoom as Robert Hernandez?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, if you'll go to 18, please. And let me find you, David.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, John Young, I see you're back with us.
Yes, that didn't take very long. May I check back about 10:30 and see if my young lady has shown up?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, and Norma, do you have an update on the PTD?
I'm on the line with them, Judge. Give me 1 second.
All right, thank you. All right. So, children, on Mr. Lawwell,
yes, Your Honor.
let me tell you what I see in his future. What I see in his future is we were here. Well, what I see in his past is we were here on June 28th, and he requested to come back today. Everybody agreed on this date for a plea. And you're saying he has a child in 2 weeks. We set this in 2 weeks. Guess what he's going to say? And guess what's going to be told to the court? That he's with his child. Can I give him 6 more months or 3 more months? And this is going to continue and continue. Then finally, we're going to get to a point where I'm going to give a plea deadline date. And when I give that plea deadline date, I'm not going to accept any pleas after that date. So do you want to do it today or not?
Judge, I was actually going to ask for a 1 month reset, but I'm just the messenger, Judge.
Here's the thing. I never shoot the messenger because the messenger always have good, information. In Julius Caesar, when the guy was going around saying the Ides of March are upon us, people should have listened to him, but they were like, let's not listen to him. So, I mean, it's Mr. Lawwill, where are you?
And Judge, I don't see him. That's the other issue. We have been trading texts back and forth up until yesterday. So I called again. I guess if I could get him on this Zoom.
All righty. We can come, I'll give him till 10:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, can you put me in the breakout room with Eric DeWalt, please?
Yes. All right, Eric DeWalt, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Marcus, you're back. Anybody need someone sent to a breakout room?
No, Judge, I conferred with Jeff Moliner, Silva.
Yes, sir.
Alejandro.
Yes, sir.
Alejandro. And him and Tom have been discussing it. I guess he just provided Tom something for Tom to consider when making his offer. And Tom, they spoke yesterday, and I guess Tom is going to get back to him with an offer soon.
Okay. All right, as soon as Norma comes back from the breakout room, I will give you, well, last time we were here, there was supposed to be pretrial diversion, so that's not happening?
That's what they're working on.
Judge, I can address that.
Yes.
Tom wanted a mitigation packet so he could make a decision whether that's appropriate to move forward or not. I gave him about 100 pages worth on Thursday. I talked to him last night. He says he's flipped through it, but he wants to review it more closely. And so that's where we're at. It's at the point where he has everything he needs to make a decision, but he just needs more time with it.
All right. And is your client on the Zoom screen?
She is.
Alejandro Silva, where are you?
I'm here.
All right. Jeff, just wait one moment until Norma comes out of the breakout room and I'll give you a reset date. Marcus, I'll tell you how much time he needed?
No, let me ask.
Well, Tom's pretty quick. I'll bet he'll have a decision in a week, but.
All right, Ms. Settle, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 19.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, Tom asked if we could just have a regular reset.
Okay, everyone just give me a moment. Amethyst Garcia, I need you to go to breakout room number 1. Jeff Mulliner, your case is reset
For what date in August, Your Honor?
August 24th.
All right, let me look real quick. August 24th, I have a sentencing.
We'll wait for you.
It's at noon in Del Rio, so I can do it, but I'll have to be on Zoom, like on the road. But that with that.
All right,
notice,
as long as you're not doing and driving.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. May my client not be excused.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Anyone else back from the breakout room? All right, then just give us a moment.
Judge, can you put me in a breakout room with Attorney Jose Rocha, please? He's in breakout room number 15.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you put me in breakout room number 15?
All right, there's nobody in there.
It's supposed to be Jose Rocha.
Mr. Rocha, if you'll go back to breakout room number 15, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Valentina, who do you have?
Yes, good morning, Your I'm here on behalf of Christina Montes. Is my client present?
Oh, we shall find out. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Joanne Ethel, who do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have Christopher Mendez Clark.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I believe it's Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you to breakout room number 21.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Greg, are you back or no?
Judge, could you ask Gerard 17D to go to room 12 with his attorney?
All right, Mr. Gerard, you need to go to the breakout room with your attorney, please. Which room number is it again?
12?
All right, Mr. Gerard, I need you to go to breakout room number 12. Norma, can you have a deputy have Mr. Gerard go to number 12, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Greg?
Yes, ma'am. I was in breakout room 14. I apologize. I didn't know what to do there.
No problem. Has someone come?
No, but Judge, it's a violation report, so I'm not sure what your procedure, if you just wanted to talk about it with my client or if I was supposed to confer with somebody.
Confer with the state over the violation report.
Gotcha, Judge. Okay, I'm gonna go back there.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, I was conferring with Linda Corley, and on one of her cases, Gonzalo Casas Fernandez, that case is going to get dismissed.
Okay, let me find it. You say Gonzalez, what?
His first name is Gonzalo, and then Casas Fernandez.
Okay, and so that's, and you say that's going to be dismissed?
Correct. It was a restitution issue. And then for other case, we need one more setting. She's provided me additional documentation that will probably change our offer.
All right, in which case is that?
Linda, what was the name of that one? Hold on.
Santiago Olivo.
Oh yeah, Santiago Olivo.
All right, so how much time do you need? State, do you want a regular reset?
Yeah, regular reset would be good, and then we'll have an answer one way or the other.
All right, Norma, can you give 30 days on Santiago Olivo?
Yes, ma'am, the 24th.
All right, we'll see you back, Linda Corley, on the 24th of August.
Thank you, Judge. And Meredith, I just sent you that email.
Thank you.
Okay. May my client and I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, this is Santiago Olivo. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a wonderful day.
Oh, thank you. You have a great day too. And have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
All right, Dave McClain.
Good morning, Judge. I went through the PTD application with my client, and we've got that sent back over to B. So hopefully we should be able to get some progress on this PTD application. I think he's going to qualify, so I'm really foresee any hitches, but I guess at this point, I just want to know when you want us to come back for another checkup, make sure this thing's rolling.
All right, Norma, what's the date for a PTD update on Robert Hernandez?
It'd be August 24th as well, Judge.
All right, see you back on August 24th.
Okay. And Judge, is there any way I could see you in a breakout room real quick?
Yes.
Thanks.
Who needs to come with us? No one or?
Nobody.
Okay. All right, if you will go, what breakout room were you in?
I was in 18.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 1. I will meet you there in less than 2 minutes.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate you.
All right, Tilden, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. My client should be joining momentarily. I just got off the phone with him.
All right, just give me a
Kevin.
moment. I'll be right back.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Dave McLean, I'm trying to find you. There you are. All right, everyone, just give me 1 moment. I'll be right back.
Norma? Hi, it's Elizabeth. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was trying to mute. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's okay. So Judge sent me into a breakout room, but my client never went there. But I think you've got you should have all the paperwork ready. I don't think I really need to meet with my client. Do you have all the paperwork on Ruby Betancourt?
Let me check. Give me 1 second.
Thanks. I'll hang up now, okay?
Hello, Warren Wolf.
Good morning.
Yes. Yes, what is happening with your client, Justin Rodriguez?
So I received an offer and I need to convey that to him.
All right, let me see. What breakout room were you in?
I think I was in 4.
No, you were in 6.
6.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm sending you to breakout room number 6 to confer with your client. I'm sorry, to confer with your attorney.
Judge, excuse me, can you put Elizabeth Settle and her client Ruby Betancourt in a breakout room with Robert, the clerk, please? To go
All right,
over.
I'll send you all to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Tilden Schaefer.
Yes, Judge. My client is on. It's labeled iPhone. He's got a beard and a white shirt with.
What's his name?
His name is Kevin Lawwill.
All right, and Tilden, Mr. Lawwell, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your attorney is telling me that maybe you would like to do this plea at a later date. So here's the thing. You can do it today. You cannot do it today. Whenever you do it, it's completely up to you. But I'm going to give you a plea deadline date. And after that date, the court is not going to accept any plea bargain agreements. Your
Yes, ma'am.
attorney has told the court that you're expecting a baby in 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what I anticipate happening when I look into the future. I anticipate me giving you another date to enter the plea. I anticipate you telling me, or your attorney telling me, well, I just had a baby. Can we get another reset? And then something else is going to come up and you're going to ask for another reset and you're all going to get your reset, but I'm giving a plea deadline date. So we can do the plea today or not today. It's completely up to you. And it's completely up to discussions with your attorney. So what do you want to do?
I mean, what, can I hear the plea deadline date? I mean, after the baby comes out, I'm not gonna reset it. I'm just, right now she's in a lot of pain. I'm just trying to be here for her until the baby comes. And I mean, as soon as the baby comes, I'll be good to go make the
Here's the
play.
thing, I sympathize with you and I understand what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what I predict in the future is I'm going
Yes,
to give
ma'am.
you a plea deadline date and there's going to be some other issue. So I'm willing to give you a plea deadline date, give you a reset for the plea deadline date, but that's your date. And after that, I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
going to accept any plea bargaining agreements.
I understand.
Judge, this is at the risk of stirring this up a little more. I do have a vacation letter on file for August 16th through the, I believe it's the 27th. So if
Oh,
it's
Norma, can we set this for August 30th?
that would the 30th would work, Judge. Yes, Your Honor. That would be great. And I think so that's the date we have to plead by.
Let me see if that date is okay with Ms. Ferguson.
Okay.
It should be, Judge. Give me 1 second. Let me just check the calendar real quick.
Monday, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. That should be fine.
All right, your plea deadline date is August 30th. No matter what happens, I'm not accepting any plea bargain agreements after that date.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
And Kevin, I'm going to call you after you get off.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, I send you a chat, Judge.
All right. Jamal Coleman, where are you? He's not on the screen, Norma.
He's in breakout room 11.
All right, so his attorney is Julie Pollock, Norma.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks. And who is attorney for Oliver? 17G. Frank Sandoval, could you get Mr. Frank Sandoval in here? I believe Mr. Oliver is having a conversation with someone.
Okay, hold on, Judge.
Arlene Gay, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor, I've conferred with Meredith. I believe that this case is going to be a PTD. And we just need to work on the restitution amount and get the paperwork done and everything. If we could possibly have a 30-day reset.
Okay, just 1 second. All right, Norma's giving everyone the PTD update. So it will be August 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Robert Hernandez, who is your attorney?
Dave McLean.
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Doug Campbell.
Judge, can I speak with my client, Mr. Sines?
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, 17C.
All right, and which breakout room were you in?
I wrote it down.
13. All right, Mr. Sines, if you'll go to breakout room number 13, please.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Julie Pollitt.
Judge, may I speak to the CLO, Ms. Reyes?
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
And Rebecca, if you could go to 3, please. Patricia, you are back.
Good morning, Judge. Sorry, I was finishing in another court.
All right, just a moment. Lupe, you need something?
Yes, can you put me in breakout number 1, Judge, please?
All right,
Thank you.
everyone, I've made y'all co-hosts. I don't know why you guys can't move around.
Yeah, I don't have access to it.
So everyone needs to start updating their system because as co-host, you can move from room to room. All right, Patricia.
Morning, Judge. I have Christian. I was ready, Judge.
No problem.
Christian Buffin.
Christian, what's the last name?
Buffin, Buffin.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division.
I'll send you number 22.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Rosabelle.
Judge Hunter and I have worked out an agreement and he's working on the paperwork. So while he's doing that, I'm going to go answer in another court and then come back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else back from the breakout room?
I am, Your Honor, Joseph Appelt. I need to get a breakout room, please, if you would, with my client, Mr. Rolando Ramos, who's in custody.
You were in number 5. Mr. Ramos, I need you to go to breakout room number 5, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jose Rocha.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I'm back from speaking to Mr. Garcia. We would need a quick reset, Your Honor, so that I can go over the offer that was given in his case, and also evidence. What's been happening with him is that he's been, we hadn't heard from him in a while, and he was recently picked up. And that's another matter that we would like the court to consider is reinstating his bond. I've spoken to the district attorney's office. They're in agreement to reinstate his bond. It was set at $7,500.
All right, well, let's do this. Before we get into that, let
Yes,
me send you and your client to breakout room number 15 so you can speak to him. And then
Sure.
we'll come back and talk about everything else.
Okay, Your Honor, that's fine.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Valentina, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back. I've conferred with the state.
All right, and where's your client?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
All right.
I emailed her twice. I did forward the Zoom invitation yesterday.
All right, I give everyone till 10:30. If you want to zoom out and zoom back in at 10:30, you can, or either we can take up this matter now.
I'll defer to the court, Your Honor.
I mean, it's your decision. If you want, I can call this case now. It may end up being in your client's bond being revoked, or you can come back at 10:30 and see if your client shows up.
I would prefer 10:30 just to give her an opportunity to show up.
All right, I'll see you back at 10:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Rocha, did you go to the breakout room with your client?
No, not yet, Your Honor. I was waiting for him to go down there because he had his hand raised.
Oh, he's in there now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you. Greg, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. I conferred with Marcus and he's back here as well.
All right, so what have you all decided?
So we've decided to, if Marcus, go ahead. I don't want to speak for you.
Judge, I mean, so the offense date was June last month. This is his first violation report. It's within a month, so sort of concerning. But he's saying it was mouthwash. And so at this point, we just ask that he be admonished that to follow through with the warnings that pretrial gave him, instructions that pretrial gave him.
All right, Mr. Durant, you need to unmute yourself.
Did I get it?
Yes.
Okay, because I can barely hear you guys.
All right, Mr. Durant, this is not on the record. This is your first violation report. I will
Can I
tell
ask what it
you,
was?
I don't believe the mouthwash story. But,
No, I just honestly, ma'am, I'm not drinking.
Here's
Okay,
the thing.
I'll listen.
Yeah, you need to listen. I don't believe the mouthwash story, but you're saying it's mouthwash. I do not want to see another violation report from you.
Oh, it won't. I promise you.
High reading. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I promise you.
All right, because otherwise what's going to end up happening is we're going to come back here and there may be a different outcome. Do you understand? I'm hoping he understands, Greg.
I will make sure he understands, Judge.
Yes. And let him, I think there's something up with his phone, and let him know that I cannot have someone who is on bond for DWI continuing to drink, whether it be mouthwash or whatever it be.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, ma'am. May I be excused?
Oh, well, I think this may be your client coming back. Just a second. Mr.
Hello?
Durant, hi,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Durant, I've told
Yes,
your
ma'am.
attorney and I'm telling you, I cannot have someone who is on bond for DWI testing positive for alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna excuse you and your attorney then. Don't give me a second violation report, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Nothing to worry about here.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Sanders, Marcus.
All right, Doug Campbell.
Judge, can I speak to Joe Ray again?
Yes.
Available?
If you go to breakout room number 14, Joe Ray, could you go to breakout room number 14, please?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Jose Rocha, you
Yes,
spoke
Your
with
Honor.
Mr. Truesdale.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, you need to have him come out of breakout room number 15.
I'll be
Don't
back.
leave him behind. All right, Mr. Rocha, what is happening with Mr. Truesdale?
I apologize for that, Your Honor. He got help from the guards and he's back here. Your Honor, I have relayed the offer to Mr. Truesdale, and at this time, again, we would urge the court to give us a reset so that we can go over evidence, go over the offer, and go over the pros and cons of going to a jury trial on this matter. And also, we're asking the court to reinstate his bond. He had a FTA at the beginning of the year in January. And since then, although he's been in contact with his bondsman, he hasn't been in contact with us. and we're looking for that. I spoke to Mr. Garcia. He is in agreement to have the bond reinstated, and we'll leave it to the discretion of the court, Your Honor.
So where has he been for 6 months?
It is my understanding he's been working, he's been at his apartment, but all the information that was provided was incorrect from the appointment information on my end. And also the bondsman did not have the information correct as well.
Well, was his address correct?
No, Your Honor.
So, I mean, that's his fault for not giving his correct address.
It could be assumed that he didn't give the information correctly, Your Honor, but I also been privy to other situations where the people that are taking down the information take down the wrong information.
Well, I mean, as an adult, if somebody is charged with an offense, when you pick up the phone and call the court or call somebody and say, hey, I have this felony case, I'm wondering what's going on with it. But then some people are like, you know what? It's my lucky day. Maybe people lost the fact that I have a case pending.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can I get a reset date for Mr. Truesdale? How much time do you need, Mr. Rocha?
Your Honor, it would depend if he would have his bond reinstated, because I am still visiting my clients through remote access visitation.
Okay, so how much
But
time?
30 days would be fine. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, Mr. Truesdale, can we get a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am, I can do the 24th.
All right, it's going to be August 24th.
Okay.
And when you come back, I'm going to give you a plea deadline date. This is an old case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you and the state need to send a court an email stating your agreement with regards to the reinstatement of the bond.
I'm sorry, just so I can, a point of clarification, Your Honor, you want an email to Ms. Ferguson? Or
No, it's if you and the state's attorney will send an email to the court with your motion to reinstate the bond.
Perfect.
Stating that you agree to reinstate the bond, I will sign it.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will do so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Norma,
May-
can you let them know that 17E can go back, and Mr. Rocha, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
All right, thank you, you too. Warren Wolf.
Just unmuting.
Yes.
I remembered. I just got an offer. We need to review some of the discovery that I couldn't get, and I'm going to get a disc. They're going to burn it for me and get it in a couple of days. And we need to review the offer and the discovery, and we'll see where we are.
All right, so just giving everybody a little update. This was set on June 15th, and it was recalled for today for discovery. So do you have all the discovery now?
No, I discussed that with Mr. Garcia. I already got an email from him to his advocate saying that she's going to be in tomorrow and she's going to make that available later in the week.
Okay, what discovery is not available now? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Pictures and 911 call.
So are you picking that up? How is this discovery going to get to you?
Yes. I will.
Yes, you're picking
make
that
the
up?
journey to the court at the DA's office.
All right, Norma, recall this in 2 weeks for discovery, please.
Do you have a date or?
She's going to give us a date.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second, Judge. You said for 2 weeks, Judge?
Yes.
We can do August 9th.
All right, we'll see you back on August 9th. Justin Rodriguez, where are you?
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Yes, you need to come back on August 9th.
Judge,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
scheduled for a jury trial in Frio County that day.
All right, Norma, put it the last week in July.
Judge, I will.
All right, Or either, you know what, Norma, I realized about our date. Put it that first week in August.
You
Like
want me
we
to
can do August the 2nd.
I can do August 2nd or August 6th, Judge.
All right, August 2nd or August 6th.
6th, please.
All right, we'll see you August 6th.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yeah, wonderful
Bye-bye.
day, Judge.
Thank you, you too. All right, and Julie Pollock, for some reason, we have James Ishimoto listed as Coleman's attorney. Is he not the attorney?
Judge, he's not the attorney. It's
I
my
would
mistake.
be glad to give that to him.
Well, no, I'm
No,
being
it's-
told that no, he's not the attorney. It's you. Happy Tuesday.
Is he still in a breakout room?
Let me see. Yes, he is. He's in number 11. Do you need to go back to 11?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what room were you in? Ah, I found you.
I was in 3. Thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. H. Dave Sanchez.
Judge, I've conferred. I have an offer. I need some time to go over the cases with my client and also confer with another attorney who represents him on 2 other cases. And he just picked up a new case on the 18th also.
Who's the other attorney?
Barry Hitchens.
All right, where's Richard Gerard or Garrard? Richard Garrard, where are you?
He's in custody. Maybe he's stuck in the breakout room still. So.
All right, if you'll go back to number 12, have your client come back to the main room, please. And Norma, can you give me a regular reset on Garrard, please?
Yes, ma'am, the 24th.
All right, thank you. And Norma, if you could put in the notes just for the next setting to make sure that Barry Hitchens is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, is Mr. Gerard in here? He's not in his chair in the breakout room. So.
All right. Norma, can you let them know that 17D can go back?
17B?
D as in David. All right, your case is reset for August 24th.
Thank you, Judge.
And if you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
Hey, Judge, this is Hunter.
Yes.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
We have a plea worked out on Francisco Lopez. And the plea, he's got 2 cases in our court. He's pleading on one of them. There's a DWI that needs to be taken care of also. Do you have some magic you can work to get that case in front of a judge today so that it can get worked out?
Which court is it out of?
4.
All right, who is number 4?
Jimenez? It's a guess.
Okay, let me see. Because let me see who it is.
It is Judge Jimenez.
All right, just give me 1 second. Everyone, give me a moment, please. Hunter, who's the attorney?
Roosevelt?
All right, Hunter, if you will just have Roosevelt email Stephanie, and they said they'll take care of it today.
Email who, Judge?
He said Judge Jimenez says Roosevelt knows their procedure. So he's saying for her to email Stephanie so she can get the paperwork and get her client's email address.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Joseph Stateson.
Yes, Your Honor. We have Jose Perez III. He has accepted an offer. Joanne de Hoyos is the attorney of record. She is setting up her computer. She was in another court on her iPhone. She's going to log on to go over paperwork. Marcus is working on it. And I emailed Norma to start I think the video conference paperwork, if we can get that.
All right, thank you very much. Do you need Mr. Perez in a breakout room, or you want to wait till Joanne comes?
When Joanne comes, that way we can, but if you want to, I think I was in breakout room 17. If we can put him back in there, when Joanne comes in, just put her in 17. That way we don't have to interrupt you.
Okay, sure. You know what? Let me move you all to 16 because sometimes it's better when people see the number pop up.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mark Darling.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I've been conferring with Marcus Saunders on Angie Marie Ford.
Yes.
She is in custody. Judge Boyd, this is a case where a plea deadline had come and gone. So ideally, I'd like to at least relate the current offer to Mrs. Ford, just in case the court accepts a plea bargain. So as a practical matter, I'm not sure where to go from here.
Well, I see she picked up a new case, which is another possession case. Is a first possession case. Did the state make you an offer on both of these cases?
Yes, the offer would take both cases into consideration there. Not literally into consideration, but yeah, both cases are addressed in the offer.
And I made the offer better than it was last time, Judge.
Okay, all right. I'll give her till today to make up her mind on whether or not she wants to accept the offer. And I'm only giving her today because this has been going on since last year. So Ms. Ford, I'm going to send you and your attorney to breakout room number 17. I'm sorry, number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Charles Bonk.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have a Damone Wyatt who should be present in the courtroom.
Yes, he's in the courtroom. Is that criminal trial division?
It is. I conferred yesterday with Marcus. After conferring with my client yesterday, it appears we need to put it on the trial lineup.
Okay. All right, Mr. White, can you approach for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, that's about it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, is there a reason you were not here on the 19th yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is that reason? Don't keep it
I
a
left-
secret from me.
No, no, when I got dropped off yesterday, my phone, I left my phone in my people's car. And when I got up yesterday for court at 7 o'clock, that's when I realized I didn't have my phone. And I didn't get my phone till afternoon, until like almost 1 o'clock.
So your answer to that is don't call the court and still don't show up.
I couldn't call, I didn't have my phone, no landline.
So your
I didn't
answer
have-
is don't show up.
I didn't have no way. I couldn't reach out. I was
Well,
stuck.
if you go to the Bexar County Jail, we can reach out, right?
No, I don't want to go there, man.
Well, then you need to start doing better because it's not, and you need to cover your nose with that mask. Otherwise, I don't know why you would have it on. Here's the thing. There are rules. The rules are you have a court date, you show up for that date. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. My understanding, you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Charles, you can have a seat for now. Charles Blanc, I'm going to send you to a breakout room to confer with the state and Ms. Ferguson on a jury trial date.
I look forward to it. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. I'll send you to breakout room number 2. And Marcus, if you could go to breakout room number 2, please. And Norma, what breakout room were you in?
Mine says 15, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Doug Campbell.
Judge, in talking with Mr. Garcia, we've kind of decided that we'd like to re-review the evidence and set this for either a trial or a reset. August.
All right, it's a new case. I'll give you August 24th. Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Judge. He actually, you've got a bond set for him, but he's got a blue warrant also.
Okay.
So he's kind of stuck. I'm not sure the court is willing to do this or not without a motion. If you're willing to do it, I'd be happy to file a motion in an order, but my client has indicated that he and the alleged victim are still planning on getting married.
Just 1 second, Mr. Campbell. Okay, Mr. Campbell, I am back.
So it's my understanding that the alleged victim and my client are still planning on getting married, and he's asking the court to change his conditions right now to annul harmful and an injurious contact with the alleged victim.
Okay, where's Mr. Sines? Is he still in it? He's in a breakout room. If you could go to number 13, have him come to the main room, Mr. Campbell.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no, just leave those alone. Thanks. All right, Joseph Appel.
May I speak with the CLO, please?
Just 1 moment.
Thank you, Judge.
What breakout room were you in?
I was in 5 and Mr. Ramos may still be in there. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna see you in breakout room number 3.
Very well, thank you.
Are parties ready on a plea on Ruby Benton Court? Miss Settle, you need to go back to number 1 and have your client come out of the breakout room.
Judge, she can't figure it out. She's on her phone and I don't know how to talk her through that. So I was going to see if anybody there could bring her out. No,
All right, just a moment. I'll be right back.
thanks.
All right. Just give me, who was the prosecutor you were speaking to, Mr. Campbell?
You put in that big view and it changed where my microphone was. It was Joe Ray Garcia.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Garcia, and we're not on the record. Doug Campbell is telling me that his client is planning on marrying the complainant in this case.
Yes, Judge, we're opposed to the no harmful or injurious and requesting it remain a no contact order.
Okay, so Mr. Campbell, because your client is charged with assault family second offense, who was the complainant in the February 11th date, the 718403?
I believe both cases, it's Dorian Trevino.
All right, Mr. Sines, it appears to the court that maybe, I know you say you all are thinking about getting married, but it appears to the court that maybe you all should not be getting married.
Yes, ma'am. Now we're in the process of buying a home and we're still going to get married. It's just a matter of timing and I guess what the court says.
In the space bar.
Let me just tell you, that's not going to happen on my watch.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not going to be buying a house with her on my watch or getting married on my watch, because you have a previous assault that's against her. That was a conviction. And now you have this allegation of assault. I'm not taking it as true because I haven't heard any facts of it, but it appears to the court that maybe this whole marriage thing, you all need to rethink that and maybe even rethink the dating issue. You understand?
I understand what you come from. Yes, ma'am. But I mean, like I said, we're still set on what we're going to.
Well, you know,
it's just a timing thing. Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes people want to go to rough road.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
what I'm telling you is that probably needs to be reconsidered. And I know you can't buy one at the Bexar County Jail, but before you get married or enter into a relationship, buy an orchid. If that orchid survives a year in bloom, then you will have patience to be in a relationship. But right now, it appears that you don't have the appropriate patience. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. On Mr. Sines, Norma, we've already done a reset date for August 24th. So see you all back on August 24th. And Norma, Mr. Sines can go back. He's 17C.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Benton Court, you need to show your video. All right, who's the prosecutor you're working with?
It's Hunter Morris, Judge. Let me relocate.
Okay. Maria, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, thank you. And let me get Hunter here. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4510, State of Texas versus Ruby Benton Court. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Hunter Morris.
for the defense?
Elizabeth Settle.
And are you Ruby Benton Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection.
Ms. Benton Court, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, Ms. Benton Court, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Benton Court, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Benton
Judge,
Court,
I believe it's on count one, correct?
there's only one count.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No problem.
Multitasking. Sorry.
Yeah,
Judge.
sure. It happens. Ms. Benton Court, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is credit or debit card abuse? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Benton Court, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,500 fine, recommending deferred adjudication, taking consideration 2021 CR 4511, restitution to be determined to Erica Hines, ERIKA HAYNES, restitution to Jade Flores. Is this spelled correctly? It's FLOREZ. Is that the correct spelling?
That's what was in the report, Judge.
All right, to Jade Flores in cause number 2021 CR 4511. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Ms. Benton Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge. I did want to address the court about asking to probate part of the fine. Would you like me to do that now?
No, we can handle that later.
Okay, yes, that is the agreement.
Mr. Morris, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Erica Haynes, Jade Flores, and 2018 Calabria Road, theft level 2 course, and at the MRT course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
State offer states one attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No objection.
Ms. Bentoncourt, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court is deferring finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge, just my client is 41 years old. She's a single mother of two boys who live with her. Her only prior, Judge, was in 2004, was a driving while license invalid. And so we would ask you, and she just now got, well, I don't know that she's gotten the job yet, but she's very close to getting it with Title Max. So we're asking that this fine be probated, also in light of the fact that there's maybe restitution. So we would just ask the court to probate the fine.
All right, Ms. Bentoncourt, why are you stealing?
I'm sorry?
Why are you stealing? Why are you taking things that don't belong to you? And it was a mighty bold move of you to take somebody's credit card while they're in line, and then you don't even leave the store with the credit card. You take the credit card and go back to another place in the store and start using their credit card. So explain to me, why are you taking things that do not belong to you?
I didn't think well acting, Your Honor. I was going through, it's not an excuse, but I was going through a divorce and I just wasn't thinking.
There are many of people who've gone through divorce. I think like 70% of the people end up divorced. They do not go to a store, take somebody's credit card, and then start using that credit card in the store. So again, we're back to the point of why.
I didn't have money, Your Honor, and I was paying for my medication. I wasn't thinking, I'm sorry. I really don't have an excuse.
No. Well, they want you to do the MRT. The MRT is supposed to teach you, I think, lessons that should have been learned at home when you're a child and in elementary school, which is don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't steal. Do you have employment?
Yes, Your Honor, I just got hired with Title Max.
And what are you doing? at Title Max?
I'm a customer service rep. I was originally gonna go in as a customer service representative, but they offered me a manager position.
Yeah, but that does not tell me, what are you doing at Title Max?
Oh, I'm sorry. We do loans, car title loans. We offer loans for titles, for car
Okay,
titles.
so let me just tell you the problem I have right now. The problem I have right now is she was at a store. She took somebody's credit card and used it. Now she's working at Title Max, which I'm assuming, I've never been to Title Max. I'm assuming that when they're giving people loans, they get their social security number and potentially get their credit card information, and they're making her a manager. That's an issue for me. So, Ms. Bentoncourt, do they know that you have this theft case and they put you in charge of management where you're dealing with money and loans?
I'm barely getting hired, Your Honor. I'm not completely on yet. And the fact that when I was in the store, I found the credit card and I used it.
No. Because I read the police report. What ends up happening is the lady's credit card is not working. You are behind her. And so she puts her credit card down because she's probably frustrated, trying to figure out why the card is not working. And then she thinks she's lost her card. She's like, I just had it here. Where is it? And then they pull a video and they see you've taken the card and you've gone to the pharmacy using her credit card. So it wasn't, you just found a card on the ground.
No.
If you found a credit card on the ground.
No, I didn't say on the ground, Your Honor. I said I found the credit card and I used it. I didn't say on the
where did you find it?
It was on the counter.
Yeah, on the counter where she had set it down because it was not working and she was frustrated. So again, that was a bold move on your part. And that says something about your character, that you pick up a credit card, it's on the counter right next to the complainant. You take it and you start using it in the store. So I am back to the point of, one, do you really have a job with Title Max? Two, does Title Max know that you have this theft case where you stole someone's credit card and was using it in a store? Because three, I don't think that you can be trusted at this point in time in your life to have information that includes people's social security number, their home address, and the fact that they have credit cards. So does Title Max know you have this theft case?
I don't know what exactly they know. We're going through the hiring process, the onboarding, they're checking everything, Your Honor.
Well, let me just tell you, you're not working at Title Max, not in this court. So you're gonna have to find some other place to work where you're not dealing with money. And when I say dealing with money, I mean where you don't have access to people's social security numbers, to people's credit card information, to their home address. And if you are in a management position at Title Max and they're considering giving people a loan, I'm sure you have all that information along with their bank account if you're in a management position. And that cannot be. Theft cases, anytime you're stealing from somebody, those are what's called crime or moral turpitudes, which means you can't be trusted with money. So she's going to have to find a job somewhere else, Miss Settle. I don't know what Title Max is doing, but part of my job is, one, to give her conditions so she can be successful, and two, protect the public. So Ms. Bentoncourt, this is nothing against you personally. I've had people who've stolen when they've been home health care providers, and then they're like, I got another job as a home health provider. I'm like, you can't be trusted as a home health care provider. So you can't be trusted with people's information, period. So you're gonna have to find a job somewhere else. This is what the court is gonna do. It's a $1,500 fine. I'll probate it. 3 years deferred adjudication. Taking consideration 2021 CR 4511. Restitution to Erica Haynes and Jade Flores and 2021 CR 4511. Just one moment off the record for a moment. Joanne De Hoyos.
Yes, ma'am.
Mine is in number 16 with Joseph. I'm going to send you to 16.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right. Ms. Bentoncourt, how are you supporting yourself? Who's paying for your food and your house and all of that?
I get assistance, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
I get assistance, Your Honor.
Oh, Judge. What are you getting assistance for?
I get food stamps with my for my kids.
Okay, so you're being supported by the taxpayers. So you get food stamps. And why do you not have a job?
I've been looking for a job, Your Honor, and I just got this job, and well, now
When's the last time you had a job?
Last year, Your Honor.
All right, yeah, that's going to change. I don't know why people who are able-bodied and can work think that taxpayers want to support them. I mean, I'll do it. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it because your children need to eat. But you're going to get a job while you're on probation.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not trying to not work. That's
You haven't been working for a year.
I'm sorry?
You have not been working for a year, so that's you.
I've been
trying
looking
not to work.
I've been looking, Your Honor, and I've been applying different places, and I just got hired on to this position, and well, I'm not officially hired, but
you've been looking for work for a year. So what that means is the taxpayers, people on this Zoom screen who have jobs, have been supporting you for a year, and that's going to stop you. You're going to get a job.
No, I know that, Your Honor. I was married previously, so my husband was paying for everything.
Where you going to get
I just got divorced.
All right, you're going to get a job. All right, it's 120 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I have my GED.
All right. There's 120 hours community service restitution, or that would be waived if she is in some type of trade school or seeks higher education. There's to be no contact with Erica Hines, Jade Flores, or 2018 Calabria Road. Theft level 2 course, the MRT, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider, anything that involves the supervision of minors, and anything that involves financial transactions. So what that means is you cannot be a cashier. You cannot get any type of personal information from citizens. So you cannot be put in any type of position where you have a fiduciary duty to citizens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And know that you're going to get drug tested today.
Negative, Your Honor.
All right, there's going to be regular Zoom reporting. If you can't report by Zoom, that'll be in person. I'm going to want random field visits 1 time per month. And I'm going to want a UA today. And there will be random UAs thereafter. Well, I'm sorry, regular UAs if she's negative. If she's positive, I'm going to want the UA hotline. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Bentoncourt, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Rebecca, does she need anything else?
I don't think so. I came in halfway through it, Judge.
All right, let me just tell you what I've ordered. It's a $1,500 fine, probated, 3 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration 2021 CR 4511. Restitution to Erica Haynes, Haynes. First name is spelled Erike. There's to be restitution in 2021 CR 4511 to Jade Flores, Jade, last name Florez. 120 hours community service restitution, or that can be waived if she obtains a certificate from a trade school or completes some higher level of education. No contact with Erica Haynes, Jade Flores, or 2018 Calabria Road. F, level 2 course, the MRT, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider, any employment involving minors, or any employment that involves her being a part of a financial transaction, regular Zoom reporting or in person, 1 time per month, random field visit. She needs to provide a UA today. If it's positive, then she's going to have to call into the UA hotline. If it's negative, then it'll be regular UAs. All right, Ms. Bentoncourt, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, with that, we're going to close the record. And Ms. Bentoncourt, who do you have at your home with you?
My kids and my mom.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. And probation will meet you there to go over conditions. Thank you, Ms. Settle.
Thank you,
This is
Judge.
4510.
May I be excused?
Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry, what, Rebecca?
This was 21 4510 that she
Yes.
pled on.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Senator John Young back to see if Miss Catherine Blake showed up.
All right, we will check.
I'm on it. Okay.
I ain't even telling nobody.
All right, Catherine Blake.
Oh, done. Okay, thanks.
All right, Judge, give me a moment. Valentina, did your client show up? Could you unmute for me, please?
Your Honor, if you could check for me, I would appreciate it.
All right. Maria, are we going to go on the record?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And is there a prosecutor available to handle these failures to appear?
Yes, Judge.
Judge, may I approach?
I'm on the record. Just give me a moment. Okay, so Valentina, your client is, what is her name?
Montes.
I'm sorry?
Cristina Montes.
Okay. Court is calling 2021 CR 4522B, State of Texas versus Cristina Marie Montes. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Valentina Kogrup on the behalf of the defense.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:48 a.m. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mejia, has there been a Cristina Montes in the court today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
And for the record, she has not been on the Zoom. Ms. Kogat, have you had any contact with your client?
Your Honor, last time I appeared in court in person on June 15, 2021. I visited with my client via Zoom. I did
Repeat that, please, after you visited with your client.
I visited with my client via Zoom. I did provide my contact information and I asked her to contact me. She did email me asking for my contact information. I did email her twice on July 15 and July 19, asking her to contact me and providing my contact information. Additionally, I did forward the Zoom link for today's hearing last night as soon as I received it from the court. And as of today, I haven't heard from her. I haven't talked to her since the last time I was present in person in court.
All right, and the court will note for the record that on June 15th, the court instructed and informed the defendant that the next court date was July 20th. State?
As the state would ask the court to forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that will be granted and your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client, then the court will reconsider.
Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused. Off the record, Ms. Ferguson, I do not see Julie Pollock's client on the Zoom.
He is Coleman, he's number 12, Judge.
Which breakout room is he in?
Judge, they had.
They moved him, Judge.
Where did they move him?
Honorable Judge Stephanie Boyd, how are you this morning? My name is Jamal Coleman. It's nice to speak with you again.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Julie, if you go back to breakout room number 11, Mr. Coleman, if you'll go to 11.
Thank you.
And I think Mr. Sandoval is here as well, Judge, for his client, Oliver.
Just a moment. All right, John Young, who's your client? You're on mute, Mr. Young.
Thank you. Catherine Blake.
All right. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 0667, State of Texas versus Catherine Eileen Blake. If I could have parties announced for the record, please, for the state.
Hunter Morris.
For the defense.
John Young.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:51 a.m. Deputy Lawyer, has there been a Catherine Eileen Blake in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
And for the record, she has not been on the Zoom. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
The last contact I had, Your Honor, was when we had the Zoom on June 22nd. And she was supposed to meet with me to go over the discovery documents. She didn't make that meeting and I have not been able to reach her since then.
All right, and the court will note for the record that the hearing was scheduled on June 22nd. On that date, the defendant was given a return date to appear in court or either by Zoom on July 20th, 2021. State?
The state would ask this court to forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in touch with your client and she makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll close the record. All right, Frank Sandoval, you need to speak with your client. Frankie Sandoval. All right.
Judge, I think he's in a breakout room, Judge.
All right, Raimundo Alamán.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who do you have?
Ms. Amanda Belmares. Oh, she showed up today by in person, even though I told her to show by Zoom.
That's okay. What is her last name?
Belmares, Belmares.
All right, is it criminal child division or family violence?
Criminal trial. I believe she was just indicted today, so I haven't seen the indictment.
All right, I'm sending you to breakout room number 4. The prosecutor will meet you there.
All right, thank you.
Patricia, what's happening with your case?
Hi, Judge. I spoke with Meredith. They want to dismiss the case, but my client was having trouble logging into Zoom based on the email that I had sent him. So I have resent it to his cell phone. And I don't know if he was able to log in. I just sent him that text at 10:51.
All right, so you're saying it's to be dismissed?
Yes.
Do you know if that's going to happen today?
So long as you were okay with him not having shown his face yet, Meredith said yes.
Okay, all right. Then I know sometimes people have trouble with Zoom. Then if they want to dismiss it, the court will sign the dismissal.
Okay, I'll let her know, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jonathan Watkins.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm back from the breakout room. Mr. Morris and I had the opportunity to confer, and I've sent him some materials to review. I know he's had a busy morning, Judge. And I haven't had the chance to talk to him, but I'm thinking he's going to want just a little bit of time to look over those statements.
Well, let's find out if he does want a little bit of time. So if
Thank
you
you,
go
Your
back
Honor.
to your breakout room, I'm sure he will meet you there.
Thank you.
Judge, can you
Yes.
move Mr. inmate 17G to Mr. Sandoval's breakout room?
I don't know which breakout room Frankie Sandoval is in. He's not showing up on the Zoom anywhere. So he has left this Zoom. So if you'll get in touch with him, then the court will place him and his client there.
Judge
All right.
Eduardo Jimenez, may I approach, please?
Yes.
I'm here on behalf of Janelius Crew, who's incarcerated.
Yes.
We were supposed to announce how we wanted to deal with his MTR. I saw him last weekend. He's requesting a contested MTR, contested hearing.
All right, just give me a moment. Just have a seat. We'll get with you. Joseph Appel.
Yes, Your Honor. I need to, if I may, please get a breakout room with my client again.
Okay.
That's Rolando Ramos.
And is he in custody?
He is in custody, Judge.
All right, let me find Mr. Ramos. He's in number 5.
Very well.
And I will
Thank you.
send you to 5. And everyone, just give me a moment while I sign some paperwork. All right, Joanne De Hoyos, I'm going to send you and your client to a breakout room so they can swear you in.
Okay. He's already in breakout. I didn't think he left. Did he get out?
No, he's not. If you'll go back to 16 and I'll send the clerks to 16.
Okay.
All right, and then who will be the prosecutor who's handling the contested MTR on Janelius Crew?
Be me, Judge.
All right, courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 1 with Eduardo Jimenez, please.
Yes, Judge.
And Norma, if you can go to number 1, please. All right, Julie Pollock on Jamel Coleman.
Judge, I think we're going to have to set this for a contested hearing. He denies everything. He's not going to plead. He's going to.
That's fine. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Who's the prosecutor you're conferring with?
David Martin.
Okay, let me see. All right, let me find David Martin. But if you'll go to breakout room number 1 to get a contested hearing date set.
And may I be excused after that, or?
No, you need to come back to the main room and have your client come out of the breakout room so I can give him his date.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, David Martin or Joe Ray Garcia, if you can go to breakout room number 1, please. All right, Charles Bunk.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, on Wyatt, did you all confer on a trial date?
Yes, Judge.
And who is the prosecutor you were conferring with on the date?
Marcus and I were together
All right, and what date did you all decide on?
December the 9th.
All right, we'll put it on the record. Mr. Wyatt, if you can come forward, please.
Yes, ma'am.
What days do you typically do contestants on?
We can do it on any day.
Okay.
Mr. White, press that button that's where the red light is at, right there, yes.
Well, somebody is playing some elevator music.
It was my phone. I apologize.
No problem. Court is calling 2020 CR 6659, State of Texas versus Damone Wyatt. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Charles Bunk.
And are you Damone Wyatt?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None.
All right. Mr. Wyatt, do you have any objections with us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
And for the record, I'll note that the defendant is in the courtroom. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you receive an offer from the state?
I did, Judge. Yes.
And Mr. Wyatt, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the court's understanding that there has been a conference and the state and the defense are in agreement to December 9th as the jury trial date. State, any objection to December 9th as the jury trial date?
No, Judge.
Mr. Bunk, any objection to December 9th as the jury trial date?
No, Judge.
Mr. White, do you have any objection to December 9th as the jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date will be December 9th at 9 a.m. You'll need to appear in the 187 District Court. It's on the 4th floor. Obviously, you know where it is because you're here. It's 300 Dolorosa. Do you understand, Mr. Wyatt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll need to appear dressed for trial. So what date do you need to appear for court for trial?
December the 9th, 9:00 a.m.
All right, we will see you then. And defense and state, the court is not in possession of an acknowledgement of discovery. Defense, I'm sorry, state, are you able to get the acknowledgement of discovery to the court by August 13th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, with that, if there's nothing else, we'll close the record.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client are excused. Mr. White, you're not to leave until you get a reset form. They'll give you a reset form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
All right, and I'm sorry, could I see prosecutors in breakout room number 2, please? And Norma Ferguson, just one moment, everyone. All right, everyone, we are back. Eduardo, is your
Yes, Judge.
client on bond or, oh, your client is in
He's an
custody?
inmate, Your Honor. Yes, he's in custody.
All right, what date did y'all decide on for the contested hearing?
September 8th on the afternoon docket, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Crew, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Crew, we're gonna go on your motion to revoke contested hearing on September 8th. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the way the process will work is,
I'm just making sure that I'm not signing for any probation.
you will enter, I'm gonna mute you. The way it will work is that you will enter your pleas of true or not true. And if you enter pleas of not true, what will end up happening is we'll go forward with the contested hearing. And I'm sorry, Mr. Jimenez, what date?
September 8th, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Crew, we're gonna bring you back on September 8th and we will have your contested hearing, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else, then do you need to speak with your client, Mr. Jimenez?
No, Your Honor, I'll see him this weekend.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jimenez. All right,
Thank you.
Mr. Carew, we're gonna let you go and we will see you back on September 8th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Norma, can you let them know 17J can go back? And if everyone will just give me a moment, please.
This is because
All right, Frankie Sandoval. I'm sending you to a breakout room with your client. I believe that's Mr. Oliver.
Yes, Your Honor, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, if you'll go to number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
Norma, will you tell them to let Mr. Oliver go to number 2, please?
Judge, they're helping him right now. Move. They're there.
Judge, it's Rose. I've come back from the other courts. Can I be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Lopez to go over his paperwork, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Where is Mr. Lopez?
He's in the.
Okay, there you are. If you'll go to breakout room number 3, please. And everyone just give me a moment. I need to write in the phone. All right, the parties on Joe Pettis, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Pettis?
Marcus was the one handling it.
Okay. Okay, how is your client listed on the screen?
Under
let's see.
Jose.
Ah,
That is.
Yeah, we're going to bring out the issue to you for true name.
okay. All right, Mr. Pettis, if you can unmute for me, please. Court is calling 2020 CR 11096, State of Texas versus Joe Pettis. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Joanne, that was for Jose Pettis, who's been indicted as Joe Pettis, Your Honor, so we'll need a true name finding.
All right, thank you. Just one moment off the record. Frankie Sandoval, I need you to go visit with your client and number 2.
Your Honor, good morning. Yes, I have, and I'm would like to be placed in line just to confer.
All right. So if a criminal trial division prosecutor could go to breakout room number 6, please, on Frank Sandoval.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. I'm so sorry. We're back on the record. My understanding, all parties have announced, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And there's an issue with your client's name. Is that correct, state? I'm sorry, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the correct name?
His name is Jose Pettis.
All right. Any objection to the correction of the name being, well, it's Joe Pettis, AKA Jose Pettis. Any objections from the state?
No, Judge, we'd ask to amend the indictment to correct that to the or to add the AKA.
All right. Any objections from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Pettis, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
And defense, for the record, is his full name Jose Pettis III?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, I'm showing you what's entitled Acknowledgement of Discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review that discovery with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Pettis, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Pettis, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to enter into a plea bargain agreement and give up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
That is my belief.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Pettis, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration NIMAG number 619053. There's to be restitution in 619053 to IRG Construction. There's $60 to San Antonio Police Department for drug testing. No contact with IRG Construction, located at 16607 Blanco Road. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Pettis?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community supervision, 100 hours of community service restitution, and CATS 1 and 2. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea.
Yes, Judge. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Your Honor, we have reviewed the same and reviewed it with my client, and we have no objections.
Mr. Pettis, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand today that the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, we're asking that you do that, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, he takes full responsibility and apologizes to the court and thanks the state for this opportunity not to have a conviction. We hope that you follow the plea bargain or the recommendation of the plea bargain.
All right, Mr. Perez, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm asking these questions because I want you to be successful on this deferred adjudication. So I need to know some more about you. So
Yes, ma'am.
if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you answer, know that you are going to be drug tested today. So what are the
Dirty.
results going to be?
Dirty, ma'am.
All right, so what are you going to be dirty for?
Meth. Due to the
Right.
fact that I was heavily on it before I
Let me-
had got arrested.
All right, how often are you using meth?
I was on a daily basis, ma'am.
All right, are you employed?
Am I employed?
Yes. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you do?
I do make readies.
I'm sorry, what?
Make readies. I get houses ready, like apartments.
Ah, okay. Okay, what is this? Why is there no contact with IRG Construction?
That's the victim in the Berg building case that we are TIC.
That was a copper wire incident. He went into a home, I guess a construction site.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right, this is what the, how far did you go in school? I'm sorry.
I went up to the 11th grade, ma'am.
Okay, that's better because usually some people, a majority of the people I find when they drop out, it's 9th grade. So why did you not complete school?
I was kicked out from where I was living at, and I was working at the time.
So why were you kicked out?
Due to the fact that it was overcrowded.
So where are your mom and dad?
I currently live with them now, but where I was living at when I had got kicked out, I was with my grandma.
So why were you staying with your grandmother and not with
I
your
was staying
parents
with
to begin with?
I was staying with my grandma because I wanted to move schools to to continue my schooling instead of just not continue school.
All right, let me ask you this. I need you to be completely honest with me because again, I'm trying to figure out what conditions to give you so you can be successful. So was protective services involved in your life when you were a child?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Child Protective Service decided that you should live with your grandmother, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so were you removed from your parents because there are some drug issues with your parents?
No, ma'am.
All right, was there some type of abuse?
No, ma'am. It was just one parent didn't like the living situation of the other parent.
Okay, I'm not really understanding that, Mr. Hoyos. This is what's going to end up happening, Mr. Perez, because I don't know what's going on at that house. I don't know if you were removed from your parents because of maybe they had drug issues as well.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm going to, yes?
It was because of the drug issues that was going on.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
It was because of the drug issues that was going on.
All right, so
That's
this is the situation we are now in, Mr. Jose Perez.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm reading this and there were 2 people in the vehicle. So who was the other person in the vehicle?
In the vehicle?
Yes, when you were arrested for the drug case.
That was my dad.
All right, so we have an issue here. And let me just tell you what the issue is, Mr. Perez.
Yes, ma'am.
Your father uses drugs. You use drugs. 2 people who are in the throes of their addiction should not be living together.
Yes, ma'am.
Because what ends up happening, if you try to be clean and sober, right? And your dad is using drugs, that's too much temptation for you because you're not in the position. I don't believe you have the tools to resist the temptation. So this is what we're going to do. Just one second. I'm going to have to figure out another place for him to live.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to have him considered for felony drug court.
Thank you.
There's a waiting list, but I think that will be very helpful to you. So we're going to do CATS 1 and CATS 2. Rebecca, I'm going to want felony drug court. And Rebecca, I'm sorry to do this to probation, but he desperately needs help. I'm going to have weekly field visits to his house. I know, I'm sorry, Rebecca, but I mean, this is the only way. I know it's a lot of work. Probation, I appreciate probation so much. Probation is truly a part of rehabilitation. And if they actually had felony drug court available to him now, we could get him there and he could get housing. And the other housing that's available to him, it's transition. So you can't go in there and you can't go there with a positive UA. So I'm going to do felony drug court. I'm going to want weekly field visits from probation. We're going to have to do the UA hotline with you, Mr. Perez. So what that means is you need to be available for your drug testing. And Rebecca, if we can get him in intensive outpatient treatment while we wait for felony drug court to accept him, that would be great.
And do you want to do the weekly field visits until accepted into felony drug court?
Yes, please. There'll be 100 hours of community service restitution. Mr. Perez, the only way I'll waive those 100 hours of community service restitution is if you either get a certificate for some type of trade school, or if you complete your GED.
I can complete my GED.
All right, so if you complete your GED, you won't have to do community service hours, but I'm not gonna let you buy out or pay for community service hours, okay?
Okay.
All right, and you're gonna have to do weekly Zoom reporting to probation. All right.
Say that again? I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to do weekly Zoom reporting to probation. So the way you call in for me, that's how you're gonna meet with probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
Proof of employment?
Yes, I'm sorry. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I imagine something. He's under full house arrest. So are we going to modify that so that he can go to work, or are you going to keep that on?
I'll do partial GPS for work, Rebecca. And once he is in felony drug court, Ms. De Hoyos, you're welcome to let Judge Glenn know that it's their entire condition. So once you're transferred to felony drug court, which they will accept you, Mr. Perez, if you're honest, they will be in charge of all of your conditions, okay?
I'm sorry, what's the felony drug court? I'm sorry.
It's an intensive treatment program, a treatment court to help you with your addictions and hopefully help you remain clean and sober, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Perez, I know there are a lot of conditions that I've just given you, but they're designed so you can stay clean and sober, because this is what's going to end up happening if you continue on your path. One, either you're going to end up in prison, or two, you may end up dying. And the reason for that is because you don't know who's making these controlled substances. You don't know if they were having a bad day, you know? So I'm trying to help you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
And I'm sorry, but did you say 4 years deferred? I didn't write that down. It is 4
Yes,
years?
4 years deferred.
And the $1,000 fine, right?
Yes, the $1,000 fine is probated.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to send everybody to number 2. And probation will go over conditions. And after you've completed that, you are excused. All right, Mark Darling, you need to speak with Angie Ford, is that correct? Oh, he's already there. All right, Julie Pollock on Jamal Coleman.
Judge, we got a reset date for August 9th for a contested MTR. As I was conferring with my client, he was really decompensating. I might have to file a motion suggesting incompetency. I'll try and visit with him one more time in the jail and see if he's any better.
Okay. All right, we will set you for August 4th. And if you are going to file that motion, if you'll file it before then, please.
I'm sorry, what I had August 9th.
Oh, okay, I thought you said August 4th. All right, August 9th. And if you're going to file that motion for competency, if you'll do that before then, please.
Correct. Thank you.
Thank you. You are excused. And let me see, has your client already left? I think he has. All right, Raymundo Alaman, and then
Yes, Your
I'm going
Honor.
to Jonathan Watkins. Yes, what is happening with your client?
Yes, I spoke with the prosecutor. They gave me an offer, which I need to discuss it with my client. I actually have to meet with her because I don't believe she has ever seen the indictment. So I have to talk to her. So we would like a brief reset for.
Where is your client? Is your client on bond or in
She's-
custody?
Yeah, she's on bond. She showed up in custody. In custody. She showed up in person. I had not met with her because she had been suffering from the COVID. That's
All right,
why-
Norma, can you give them a 1 month reset, please?
And if
All right,
I
so-
can meet with her briefly right now, Your Honor, I'll explain to her what's going on. It should be there.
All right, Ms. Belmaris, we're going to come back on your case on August 24th. You can either appear by Zoom or in court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and do not leave the courtroom until you receive your reset form. Courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 3, please.
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Alaman, if you'll go to 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. Jonathan Watkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I was able to confer with Mr. Morris. I think the state is going to reach out to their the alleged complainant and speak to her judge, and they just wanted a brief turnaround just to kind of see where they were at with it.
All right, Norma, on Richard Garza, can you put this the first week in August, please?
Yes, ma'am. We can do August 6th.
I'll be out of the office on August 6th, but any other date I can do.
Sorry, I was muted. I can do August. Give me 1 second. I can do August 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back on August 3rd.
And may my client and I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
You have a great day, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You too. Okay, Joseph Appelt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I believe we have a situation where Mr. Ramos is willing to take care of this matter or these matters today, but we will not have an agreed recommendation. We will both, myself and the DA, will have to present our respective recommendations to you for the court. I'm also needing to find out exactly how many days credit Mr. Ramos has.
Okay, we will get that for you, the day's
But,
credit.
Then I'm sure we're going to need to have some paperwork done in order to enter that plea of true and to move forward with it if there's time today.
Oh, yeah, there's time today.
I figured there would be. I'm just making sure because I don't know what your schedule's like, Judge.
Hey, I'm here for everyone. All right.
I had a docket with the court one where we were supposed to do a plea, and I'm not going to say which court it was, but we were supposed to be at 9. The judge got there at 9:15 and had to leave at 9:45.
Oh no,
and
we're
so
here.
we couldn't do anything except announce. So
Oh yeah, we're here. All right, Rosabelle, if you and Mr. Lopez, if you'll go to breakout room number 4, please. And to the clerks, if you'll go to number 4 to swear them in.
Thank you, Judge.
And Norma, Mr. Lopez, thanks. Patricia, you're back.
Yes, Judge, and I believe that Meredith has sent off that dismissal to you.
Okay, I've signed everything that's come to me. So it's been signed.
Okay, may I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too. Joanne Eckel.
Yes, good morning, Judge. The DA and I have conferred. The DA needs to a couple of weeks, I think, to contact the victim in this case in order to convey an offer to us. So we would be asking for a couple of weeks reset. Or actually, the state would be.
Okay. All right. Who were you conferring with?
Meredith.
All right, Meredith, how much time do you need?
It can be a quick reset, Judge. She's given me a counter offer that I need to confer with the officer about.
All right, Norma, can you, well, how much time when you say quick reset?
Well, that's true. It's all in how you view it, right? Like a week or two?
Okay. Do you want the first week in August or the second week in August?
First week's fine.
All right, Norma, can you recall Christopher Mendez Clark for the first week in August, please?
I can do August 3rd.
All right, is August 3rd enough time or you need more?
That's enough time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so August 3rd, we'll see you then.
Judge, may I and my client be excused?
Yes.
And Christopher, I'll call you later to talk about this, okay? Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and Norma, can I see you in the breakout room? Where is she?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thanks. If I could see you in breakout room number 6, please. All right, I have the paperwork on Francisco Lopez.
That's me, Judge.
All righty. Maria, are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Mhm. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2986, State of Texas versus Francisco Javier Lopez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Roosevelt.
And are you Mr. Francisco Lopez? Could you unmute for me, please? Are you Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
it? Find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor, yes.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Lopez, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent.
Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He was, Your Honor, yes.
Mr. Lopez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No, Your Honor.
Just one moment, please.
So not guilty, it's nothing guilty, no contest.
All right, we're back on the record. Counsel, did you advise the defendant of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
I did, Your Honor.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
Yes, Your Honor. I explained all that to him when we met over the weekend, and I explained it to him again this morning just to verify he still wanted to proceed.
Do you believe your client understands the immigration consequences of entering a plea in this case?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, did your attorney advise you of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
No contest.
No. Mr. Lopez, I want you to listen to the question that I'm asking.
Yes.
I asked your attorney some questions regarding your immigration status. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
attorney has told me certain things. I want to be sure that you understand those things. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So listen to my question. Did your attorney advise you of the consequences of entering into a plea in this case as it relates to your federal immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, and denial of naturalization?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the immigration consequences of entering into a plea agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,000 fine. They're recommending deferred adjudication. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 606988. There's to be restitution of $57 for laboratory testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor. However, after he pleads to the DWI case, Mr. Morris has agreed to also dismiss a night mag case, a pending first-degree felony night mag case with night mag number 622221.
Is that correct, State?
That is correct, Judge.
All right. Then is that the entirety of the agreement, defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be a term for 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yeah, for states warrant attachments, Judge.
Your Honor, I've gone over those with my client. We have no objections.
Mr. Lopez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We would like to, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, this is his first felony. He actually has never been convicted of anything prior to today. And we have at length discussed all of his options. He decided to go forward on this case because they are also dismissing that first-degree drug case that is pending in your court as well. And I spoke to the misdemeanor court and they are setting him for jail court for the plea on the county court case as well, Your Honor, so they can run concurrent. but we are asking the court to follow the plea bargain agreement that Mr. Morris has offered us.
All right. Mr. Lopez, well, I don't want to ask him any questions with regards to immigration, but defense, who is Roy Raul Vidales to him? Is that his relative or?
I didn't ask him that question, Your Honor. He's his friend. He just picked up with him on this case.
All right. Is that a friend or a relative, Mr. Lopez? Is it a relative?
It was a relative.
All right. What is his relationship to you?
He's my cousin.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. $1,000 fine. That'll be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. This is running current with County Court Cause number 606988. $57 restitution for laboratory testing. 150 hours of community service restitution. I will not allow you to buy that out. Are you employed, Mr. Lopez?
I was in the moment, but as soon as I get out, I'll for sure quickly find another job really quick, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to ask for proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors. So what is your drug of choice, Mr. Lopez?
Pardon?
What is your drug of choice?
My drug of choice?
Yes.
Oh.
What drugs do you use?
I just did meth.
Okay.
Your Honor.
So I'm going to do intensive outpatient treatment with probation.
Okay.
I'm going to do the UA hotline. Mr. Lopez, my goal is for you to be clean and sober.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do the UA hotline and I'm going to try you out on outpatient treatment first with intensive outpatient treatment. And I'll do a referral to felony drug court if he tests positive. It's going to be, are you able to Zoom, Mr. Lopez, on your own?
Yes, I'll be able to, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to do regular Zoom reporting. If you're unable to report by Zoom, then it's going to be in person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Rebecca, I know you came in late. This is Francisco Javier Lopez, 2021 CR 2986. And let me make sure the record is clear. Rebecca was late because she was in a breakout room going over conditions with another person. So it's a $1,000 fine, probated, 4 years deferred adjudication, concurrent with 606988, $57 restitution for laboratory testing, 150 hours community service restitution. I'm not going to allow him to buy that out. Proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or any employment involving minors, intensive outpatient treatment with probation, the UA hotline. If he tests positive, then I'm wanting him to be referred to felony drug court. And there's to be regular Zoom reporting. If he can't report by Zoom, then it's to be in person. And a random field visit 1 time per month. Is there anything else he needs, Rebecca?
That sounds like it. That's everything, Judge.
All right, Mr. Lopez, do you need anything else from the court in order to be successful?
I'm good, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, with that, we're going to close the record. Mr. Lopez, good luck to you. remaining clean and sober, the key to that is communication. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Probation will go over conditions with you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And Rose, you can go to number 2, and then you're
Thank you, Judge.
excused. All right, anyone else who's ready?
Right. I don't even know.
Yes. Mark Darling, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, I think all the paperwork's been signed for Miss Ford.
All right, as soon as has she been sworn in?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, I sent you all to a breakout room with the clerks. Did they not swear you in? Ms. Ford, have you been sworn in?
Not that I'm.
All right, if you'll go back, if you'll go to number 4, they'll swear you in.
Judge?
Just one moment.
Here, you just send that blue dot.
All right, Mark Darling, if you'll go to 4, Joseph Appelt, have you done the paperwork?
I've done my portion of it and sent it through, Judge. I'm not sure if it's been completed on the other end. While I didn't have it in front of me when I was in the breakout room with Mr. Ramos, I explained everything to him that we were going to be going through with respect to the paperwork itself. So.
All right, if you'll go back to number 5, please. And see if your client has signed the paperwork. Mr. Orta?
Judge, I'm here on Christopher Robles. He told us to be in person, but I send him a text. He's not here.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Is there a prosecutor available for me, please?
Hunter's available.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 12348, State of Texas versus Christopher Tomas Robles. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Romaldo Horta, Your Honor, representing Mr. Robles.
All right, we're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this was recalled for today because the defendant left the courtroom. Deputy Laura, has there been a Christopher Robles in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
And for the record, he has not been on the Zoom. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:02 p.m. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I texted him yesterday and I told him that you wanted him in person, and the response was he had to work, and I don't know if he would have been able to do it. Yesterday he couldn't get the signal. That's why he tells me he wasn't able to.
All right, State.
The state would ask this court to forfeit the defendant's bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. If your client appears, the court will reconsider.
Go ahead.
I said that the court is going to grant the state's motion. The court will grant the bond forfeiture and remand your client without bond. If you're able to present your client, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you so much for coming in, Mr. Orchard. Have a great rest of your day.
Likewise, thank you. Thank you, Hunter.
All right, Ms. Ford.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is the prosecutor who's on Mr. Ford's case?
Marcus Sanders.
And Maria, we usually take our break at 12:30.
Okay, Judge.
All right. Are you okay to continue?
Yes, Judge, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 4750, State of Texas versus Angie Marie Ford. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Mark Darling.
All right, and are you Ms. Ford?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Ford, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ford, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did not receive that document.
Did you review the bill of indictment, which is what you're charged with? Did you review that with your attorney? Yes or no?
Did I get that? Did you email that to me? 'Cause I have not seen that.
All right, Mr. Darling, I'll send you to a breakout room so you can go over the bill of indictment with Ms. Ford.
Okay, all right, Judge.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to number 6.
Okay.
Christina Montez, you've
Yeah,
been
yes,
raising your
ma'am.
hand? Yes.
I'm sorry. I already got a hold of the court coordinator, and they're trying to get a hold of my attorney.
All right, then you need to call your attorney.
Sorry. She they told me not to leave.
I'm trying to get a hold of Valentina, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jacqueline Lamerson?
Good afternoon. I am here, Judge.
Yes. Are you here on Matthew Roberts?
That's correct. We have a PTD contract that should be in, and we're just waiting for him to go to his orientation.
All right, your client was supposed to be here today. Where is he?
If I may have a minute just to call him.
Okay, and the court is breaking at 12:30.
Very good.
Thank you. Yes, you're back, Mr. Darling.
I am, Judge, and I'd like to clarify something for the record. When the court asked if we had reviewed the discovery.
I'm sorry, Judge, are we on the record now?
No, just one moment. I'm trying to figure out what he is saying, and then I'll let you know when we go on the record.
I appreciate that. Okay,
I
thanks.
apologize.
So when you asked earlier if we had reviewed the discovery, I had offered Ms. Ford chances to come into the office to look at the discovery because, as the court knows, I can't provide her with documents that have my bar number on them and documents that I'm forbidden by the policy of the DA's office to disseminate. So for that reason, I asked her to come in and look at the evidence. I'm not upset that she didn't, but I answered in the affirmative when you asked if we reviewed the discovery because I set forth the allegations made basis of these charges. She had 2 charges. So she's familiar with what I know about the discovery. So if you're asking if she actually read the discovery, no, she didn't, although she had opportunity to do so.
No, what I said on the record was, did you review the discovery with your client? Now, the definition of review, because we're all attorneys, that definition of review can be you've read it to her, you talked to her about it and said, hey, this is what the state has.
Yes, then I maintained my earlier answer, and I told Ms. Ford we could stop this and I could go there to the jail and visit with her, produce the
Sorry to interrupt.
We don't want to do that. We want to go
Mark,
forward.
It was the indictment that your client said
Yes.
she hadn't seen. So I emailed it to you so that you could go over it with her real quick if you want.
Yeah, and well, you know, And I anticipated discussing exactly that when we went to our breakout room. The problem is she brought up the discovery issue, so I had to explain to her that, in fact, notwithstanding the fact that she didn't come to my office to look at the paperwork, we did review the discovery. So we took a step backwards in that regard. But
Just making sure that we were all on the same
yeah, I
page.
understand. Of course, I know you're concerned, ma'am. Now, do we still need to review the indictment again, or are you ready to go forward?
No, it's okay.
What's your, do you want to review the indictment again, or are we going forward?
No, that's fine. You can go forward.
All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2021 CR 4750. Ms. Ford, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Ford, I'm going to show you what's entitled Courts Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand what your charge was is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That is a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up these rights? And did you intend to give up these rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Ford, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find, and are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting a $1,000 fine. State is recommending, it says here that the state is recommending deferred adjudication. However, the defendant did not apply for deferred adjudication. Is she applying for deferred adjudication or no?
Yes, she is, Judge, and I asked that the paperwork be amended accordingly. I was sent an application. I didn't ascertain that it wasn't for deferred, but she is
Okay,
applying for deferred.
So Ms. Ferguson, can you send them an application for deferred adjudication, please, for her to sign?
It's my fault, Judge. I apologize.
No, there's no need to apologize. Things happen. But if you put a smile on your face, it's still a great day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
No, go ahead.
I'm done, Judge.
Okay.
Just messing around.
All right. So Norma, can you get to them an application for deferred adjudication, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And I'm going to send you all back to a breakout room so you can get her to sign that paperwork.
Thank you,
So
Judge.
I'll send you to number 7. And Ms. Ford, if you can go to 7.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's just a deferred, Judge, correct?
Yes. Ms. Lamerson, you're back.
I'm back. My client did not answer. I've always had good contact with him, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is.
All right, Norma, on Matthew Roberts, can you check to see where we are with his PTD application? Joseph Appel, have you finished all your paperwork or you need something else?
Your Honor, I believe we finished it all, and I believe it has been completed and has been sent to y'all, so we will be ready to proceed.
Okay, all right, I have it. Thank you.
Judge, while we're waiting, may I please have 5 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you.
And everyone, just give me a moment. Joseph, who was the attorney you were working with?
Hunter.
All right. Let me just see if the paperwork is back for the other person. Norma, on Mr. Roberts, do we have a date for him to come back? All right, Joseph Appelt,
Yes.
I don't know how long it's gonna take them in the breakout room on that case with filling out that paperwork. Maria, are you able to switch over and start another case?
Yes, Judge.
All right,
Judge, I have one request.
yes.
Since we don't know how long that's going to be, can I take a step away for about 10 minutes and then come back?
Oh, no, we were gonna take up your case now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Okay, I didn't know. I was thinking that we were going to go. Okay, I got it. Not a problem. Let's go.
Sure, no.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 12339, State of Texas versus Roland Ramos. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Hunter Morris.
for the defense?
Joseph Appelt.
All right, and are you Mr. Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramos, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Rolando Ramos who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 12339 for the
Yes.
offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced on January 12th, 2021 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, state.
On or about the 19th day of June 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Rolando Ramos, committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State would waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramos, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is not, Judge.
All right. State, what are you requesting?
Judge, if this court decides to continue Mr. Ramos on probation, the state would request that which probation is recommending, which is ISF. Otherwise, the state asks for revocation for
All right.
picking up the exact same charge that he was recently placed on probation for.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
We're requesting that he be continued, Your Honor, to treat this as a sanction. And if I may expound a little bit, Judge.
Yes.
Mr. Ramos ran into some issues due to the ice storm and the snowstorm we had in February. He was living out of a motel at the time, Sunrise Motel off of South Presa. He ended up getting locked out, losing everything that he had, including his phone, which made it somewhat difficult to continue working and taking care of his business as he needed to. He reports to me that at the time he got picked up on this case, which was in June, he was working at Oscar's Tire Shop. He'd been there for about 2 weeks, and that position, that job is still available to him should he be continued on probation and released. One of the issues that he had was the GPS monitor where he was discontinued from it, or it was deactivated. My understanding is, in speaking with probation, that was due to non-payment, even though the court had ordered the fees to be waived. He owes about $800 in back fees for the GPS. But for that, we would request something along the lines of weekly reporting, do some UAs as well, and GPS, but the GPS poses a problem because of the monies. If he has to pay for it, obviously, even with his job, he's going to have some difficulty paying for that GPS, although he is more than willing to do so. He does have, reports to me that he has a wife, Crystal Sandoval, who is disabled due to a severe car accident she had where she has rods and pins all through her right leg. He is current on his child support for the 2 minor children he has. They are 12 and 17-year-old boys. And he has, and he wants the court to know that he is able to complete this probation successfully. He has completed a probation successfully in the past, and it is his position. He feels that, but for the economic and living issues that he had, which were brought on and exacerbated by the storm in February, he would not be in this situation.
All right, Mr. Ramos,
Yes, ma'am.
I think you should go to prison. That's where I'm at. But probation is saying they want you to do ISF. So you have a choice. You can do ISF, and I'll go along with that because probation knows you more than I know you. So you can either do ISF or you can go to prison for 18 months. It's completely your choice. But you are on probation for stealing, and you continue to steal. I honestly don't know if there's anything that can be done to help you because that's your occupation. You steal. So do you want to go to ISF or do you want to go to prison? You can go to prison. You'll be done with this. But at the end of the day, you're probably going to continue to steal. I don't think there's anything that can be done to stop you from going on the path that you're going on, which is you're a thief. And that's what you do. Anything goes wrong, you steal. Some people, when things go wrong, they'll use drugs, but you steal. And I'm looking at your entire criminal history that was a part of the stipulations when you entered this plea. You steal. That's what you do. You steal and you commit assaults. So I think you should go to prison. But probation is asking that you go to state ISF. So do you want to go to prison or go to state ISF? It's completely up to you. I honestly don't think there's anything else that can be done to help you. I think you're always going to find an excuse or a reason to steal and take what does not belong to you. So what do you want to do? You want to go to ISF or you want to go to prison and be done with this?
I'll go to ISF.
All right. And state, what are they saying? Cognitive?
It didn't specify, Judge, but state would ask for dual track.
All right, so that'll be dual track ISF. The MRT, which is supposed to teach you things that you should have learned in elementary school, which is don't take things that don't belong to you. But obviously, either you were not taught that or you just don't care. You're going to remain on GPS. And it'll be partial, you'll be allowed to work, but that is all. I can't trust you in the community to do anything other than steal at this point in time. If you prove me wrong later, then that will be fine. It's going to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice. Once he's released from ISF, he's to remain in custody until he's transported to ISF. Is there anything else?
Judge, as part of his plea of true, the state is rejecting NIMAG case 619279, and I'm taking care of that now.
Okay. Is there anything else, Mr. Ramos?
No, ma'am.
Don't come back here for stealing.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. One more thing to clarify with Hunter, the DA, we had discussed it. There was a mention of some potential or alleged drugs or substance found on Mr. Ramos at the time of his arrest, but nothing has been filed yet. If we can get on the record that the DA does not intend to proceed, should something pop up with respect to that out of this one incident that was the basis of the new number one.
Yes, Judge, it is the state's intent that any drug charge for the less than a gram allegedly found during the arrest pertaining to SAPD number 21117162, that be taken into consideration also for the plea of true.
Okay. And also, so we can make the record clear, Rebecca, when he's released from ISF, he's to have full employment within 30 days. He's not to have any employment as a home health care provider, any employment in violent minors, or any employment where he is touching, smelling, and in any way working with finances. And Mr. Appelt will go off the record with that. if you could go to a breakout room with your attorney, with your client to breakout room number 3, and if you could just wait there, probation will be there shortly. I'm going to finish up this plea and then I'll be able to send her there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I appreciate your patience.
And after that's done, may I be excused then, Judge?
Yes, but just wait there until Rebecca comes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ford, you need to show your video.
Okay.
All right, we are back on the record in 2021 CR 4750. Ms. Ford, did you apply for deferred adjudication in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then I will show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the fine is to be assessed at $1,000. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2020 CR 5580. There is restitution in 2020 CR 5580 to Richard Osborne, OSBORNE. There's to be no contact with 443 Pleasanton Road or Richard Osborne. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement? You're muted, Mr. Darling.
I apologize. That is the plea bargain, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm going to show you a paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor, no objections.
Ms. Ford, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Like to, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, yes, and I'll be brief, Judge. Ms. Ford, I believe she's on the right path now. She's taken responsibility for this matter, but she's in Bible school, and I think she's going to do well. She's been talking to me about this since I've represented her. So I'm really hopeful for her that she successfully completes her probation, and I'm asking you to please consider following the plea bargain.
All right, Ms. Ford, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am, but they're over 18.
All right, what are their ages?
18, 20, and 24. My daughter's 24th birthday is today, actually.
Okay, well, an 18-year-old still depends on their parents. Where's your 18-year-old living?
They are in Georgia with their father.
All right, who is Olin Thomas Wickham?
Olin is the driver of the truck that I was in.
No, I mean, what is his relationship to you?
He was a friend of the guy who I used to live with. I was renting a room out of my friend's house, and he was a friend of the guy who owned the house.
All right, who is Timothy Holmes?
Tim is a neighbor of the guy whose house I was renting a room from.
All right, so what's your drug of choice?
It was marijuana. I've done that more than I've done anything from the time I was 13 years old.
Okay, so here's the problem. We're already starting off on the wrong foot, Mr. Darling, because marijuana is not her drug of choice. I read the police report. You had meth in your bra. So what drugs, let me do it this way. What drugs have you used?
I've used quite a few.
Right, let's name them. Marijuana.
I've used heroin, I've used acid, I've used mushrooms, I've used flocka, I have used meth, I have used coke. I have done that all through my early teenage years and early 20s. What was found in my bra was, I was holding it, I had possession of it, but it was not mine. It was Timothy's. And that, I mean, that
let me
is
just tell you, I'm looking at your booking photo, and this booking photo that I'm seeing and how I see you today, this booking photo is not a person who's only using marijuana.
I have been clean for over a year. And that is the honest to God's truth. I've been clean for over a year.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 3 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine, probated, taking consideration 2020 CR 5580. Restitution to Richard Osborne and 2020 CR 5580. And could somebody tell me what type of case is that?
It's the Berg building, Judge.
All right. No contact with 4443 Pleasanton Road. Or Richard Osborne. $100 hours of community service that will not be waived. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider. Any employment, no employment involving supervision of minors. No employment that involves any finances. Intensive outpatient treatment. We're going to do the UA hotline. Regular or in-person reporting. So you're going to do regular Zoom reporting or in person if you can't Zoom. There's going to be field visits 2 times per month, random. Restitution for the drug testing. There is to be no contact with Olin, O-L-E-N, Thomas Wickham, W-I-C-K-H-A-M, or Timothy Roy, R-O-Y, Holmes Jr. Rebecca, is there anything else she needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ford, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful in this deferred adjudication?
I do actually. I have a request to make, Your Honor.
Yes.
In my Bible College Christian Leaders Institute, there is a new life card program where they require 3 references to complete the program. I've already enrolled in it, but I need 1 government official, 1 person from my community or church, and 1 person that I know personally. I am requesting that at the end of this probation that you, Judge Boyd, sign my new life card as a reference for my completion of this program in my college.
All right, well, what I can tell you is one, that would be a conflict of interest for me, but I'm always open in considering things. Mr. Darling will let me know. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. Probation will go over conditions with you there.
Judge, may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. We are going to stop live stream. Hopefully everyone has a good lunch. I believe we completed everything for today. Just 1 second. Norma, on Matthew Roberts, when are we coming back for a PTD update on that? Ms. Ford, you need to go to the breakout room. It's
There's
number 3.
There's somebody in there with a code.
Yes, no, you go to number 3.
Judge, we can come back on the 24th. They haven't signed their agreement, and it was sent on July the 2nd, Judge, and they're still waiting for the agreement.
No, then they're coming back tomorrow. Norma, have them come back July 21st.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Lamerson, you all need to come back on July 21st. There is nothing that's been signed.
Very good. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right.
May I
You're
be
welcome.
excused?
Yes. And Norma, do you have an update on Bridget Garza? Is she at the CLE as well?
Yes, can we recall it? She said if we can recall it for Friday, Judge.
All right, we'll recall it for Friday then. All right, and any contact with Valentina on Miss Montez?
Let me check my emails, Judge. I sent her an email and I also called her, but it went straight to voicemail. So give me.
All right, everyone, we're going to stop live stream. We're going to take our break. And I believe we probably are going to be done